Yo, what up?
How you doing, Craig G? Welcome to the show.
What's good, man?
WSJU Radio, St. John's University hip hop legend Craig G is in the building to discuss the fragile ego and much more.
Uh, yeah, man. What's good?
Congratulations. I want to say congratulations before dropping the new project. Congratulations on graduating school.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot going on right now, man. I just moved into a new place. Just finished school, just decided to try to do a life change, you know what I mean? So I've been really, really busy. So I haven't really had time to like promote the way I wanted to, but I'm here. I keep my word. So
And we appreciate you having here tonight. So what made you want to go to school?
um basically I've been doing one thing for 35 years. And with COVID and everything else, it's a good time right now to think about changes you want to make in your life if your mind is in the right space. You know what I mean? And I just decided, yo, hey, look, let me learn something new, let me try something new, and that's what I did. So
What was the most important thing that you learned during your time in school?
that I can actually do it, especially this late in my age. I actually knew that, the biggest thing when you're in your 40s and trying to create a change in your life is actually doing it. And, the first day I put my scrubs on and went to school, it felt good. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to finish this because I finish what I start. I don't like to quit on anything, So I actually feel good, and I actually believe that I'm going to go back probably in a few months or maybe next year to do something else, because it was pretty easy for me because I was dedicated and committed to it.
Now, where did you attend for the people I don't know?
It wasn't a college or anything like that. It was just a school for healthcare workers. And
Okay.
I became a certified home health aide, and I'm registered with the Department of Health. The fact that I just moved into a new place on Friday, I'm not probably going to start working until next month because there's so many agencies to choose from. So I'm just like, trying to pick the right situation for me because I want a certain set of hours. So that's basically what it is with me. So I want to do overnights. So
From what you've observed so far in the healthcare industry, what is it like now because of everything happening with the pandemic, from what you can see?
well, I haven't observed anything yet. I just went to school and I haven't
Okay.
started working yet. So, I just wanted to complete the course and get certified and have all my credentials. But from what I understand so far, a lot of invalid, a lot of older people are alone, and they don't really have any companionship. They don't have anybody to make sure they're looking out for them. And I've been in a business where, you know, dealing with fans, dealing with people that want something from you, it's not that humbling. This is going to humble me. So this is what I want to do. So
Yeah, and congratulations on that. And how were you able to balance making the new project and attending the school?
well, I had this feeling in me for a very long time. So I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. So I recorded a few projects before I decided to make a move. So the Fragile Ego is not the only thing that's coming out. I have 3 other EPs that will be dropping, probably one the end of this year and like a couple of more before the year is out. So it was all a plan. It was a plan that I didn't really know when I would execute it, but I prepared myself for when I did.
Who are the producers that you selected on this project? Because my personal favorite is the Narcissist theme song. That beat is insane.
Well, see, here's the thing. There's no producers. Every project I've done so far, since I Rap and Go Home, is one producer.
Mm-hmm.
So Fruition, my boy from Toronto, did the Fragile Ego. I like it to be cohesive and concise where, um, I don't want to have to pick and choose a whole bunch of different beats or try to change things around. So we're on the same page with every song, and that's why the project is not that long. It's like, look, let's get in, let's get out, let's get their attention, because attention spans are very short now. And, you know, when you're trying to create a message within a project, you don't have to go overboard with 27 songs. But yes, Fruition, my boy, he came through. He did the whole project. There's no different producers on any of these projects I'm releasing soon. It's just the next project I got is called The Pen is Mightier. My man Big Bob did that. I have a project called Perfect People Scare Me. My man Nasty did that. And then I also have a project called Anytime's the Right Time, and my DJ Caliban did that. We keep it in house. We don't try to like spread it out too thin, because we like to capture one mood when it comes to doing a project. So that's what we did.
What made you want to call this project in particular The Fragile Ego?
Basically, just it's about interpersonal relationships. So people's egos get bruised badly, including my own. And sometimes that creates unnecessary conflicts that an adult conversation could fix. And sadly, as adults, we still don't know that. And that's what's going on in the world today, period. Not just in relationships, politics, safety when it comes to masks and everything else. It's just stubbornness and pride and ego. And, you know, I just wanted to talk about these things because, number one, I believe that my Achilles heel after so many years, like maybe the past 10 years, was exclusively rapping about rap. And I just wanted to talk about life. And I actually love the response from it. So I'm going to continue to do that.
How were you able to basically get out of that, just rapping about rap, and to write about life? Because it may be hard for some people.
Life experiences. This bottom line, it's like rapping about rap kind of excludes an entire fan base and an entire culture of people who may be going through the same thing, and they're not really understanding of the industry. So how much can I talk about it? I'd rather just talk about things that actually happen. And if they relate to it, which is pretty relatable, because, you know, on social media, everybody's perfect. No one posts their losses. No one posts their shame. No one posts their hurt. No one posts their regrets. So I wanted to talk about these things and hopefully strike a nerve with people.
I think you did.
I hope so. I mean, you know, look, I'm going to continue to do it regardless, because it's therapy for myself.
Now, at the age that you're at now, I have a big problem with the radio industry right now in regards to the real hip hop. I think it should be played on the airwaves 24/7. Do you think it should be played as much as these new rappers out here? Or are you just kind of catering to your fan base?
I absolutely do, but I also understand, because they have to have ad time. It's all for profit, you know. So they have to adhere to a certain demographic, a certain age demographic. My problem is that the fans that grew up with us, the fans that are in our age range, don't support it enough. Forget radio. They just feel like, okay, yo, that guy made that song back then. I'm not checking for nothing new anymore, because they do not grow along with some of the artists that grow as well. But radio is radio, man. It's always been a money game, a numbers game. And those were the things that I rapped about when I rapped about rap. And it's sometimes sounds like you're a sore loser, but you got to understand that they have bills to pay too. So I'm not really interested. I don't make projects to be on the radio. I don't get mad if I'm not on the radio. If I touch some souls, then I touch some souls. That's what it is.
Yeah, because I always say that on my show, there has to be an audience for that. I just feel as though it's getting blocked out. And like you said, like the old school rappers usually say, you know, I don't want to be the old rapper that hates on the young kids out here. But I think there's definitely an audience for, especially in my age group. I know a few people who listen to the 90s and the 80s, and it's just not being played. It's considered, oh, that's old.
Well, when you use the word old school, you're already calling it old. But at the end of the day, again, the people that they're marketing their ad space to are not interested in that, and that's just what it is. You got to accept it, and you have to understand that there were so many great major selling artists, great legendary artists that did it without the help of radio. you know
That's
I
right.
mean, look, NWA didn't get radio play.
No.
So, you just have to just do music because you love it. You just have to do music because you feel what you're saying, and let the rest of it work out. That's pretty much it. Anything else is just having intentions and having motives, and that's not really good because it affects the music, you know?
Just rap about your personal experiences in life, and then just
Just just do what makes you feel comfortable and let the rest come to you. That's it. That's all it is. After that, it doesn't matter.
at the age of 12 is when you made Shout,
Yeah,
Marley Marl.
yeah.
What was that moment like for you?
Um, I just got to go to the studio to make a song. Like I said, there was no intentions. I was already rapping in the hood in Queensbridge, but I got to make a record. And it played on the radio, but at that age in the 7th grade, I didn't know what the impact was. I was just happy to um, go to the studio and cut a record. But what you got to understand, like on the song on the Fragile Ego, My Bad, I talk about this. At 12 years old, it's not really a good thing to um, get in the entertainment business without the proper knowledge or the proper coaching, because after that, my career has just had a series of ups and downs, and all before I was actually a full adult, and it shaped me to the point where I looked at things differently. I looked at things terribly in some instances, to the point that I'm actually in therapy right now because I'm just trying to heal from a lot of stuff that I thought should have went my way, because I didn't have the maturity to understand that things don't go your way. And, again, it was a moment in history. I appreciate all of it. But at the same time, there's bad with the good.
Mhm. Now, how did you first meet Marley Marl?
He lived in my building.
Mhm.
It's not like a spectacular story. Like, I was at a talent show and he just lived in my building. That was it. It wasn't nothing crazy like that. He knew I rapped, and when the opportunity came to make the song, he hit me up and we did the song, and that was it. It's not like some fantasy story. It's just, we grew up in the same situation, even though he was older than me, and that's how it worked out.
Mhm. A few years ago, they had the Juice Crew reunion. Is there possible that there could be a Juice Crew album ever in the future where you guys all team up and create an album together?
A little more complicated than the shows. I can't say. I can't say, because then that comes with people owning publishing and things like that. When it comes to performances, it's a lot more simple, and we'll probably do more shows once everybody is ready to do it. But it's very hard when you have basically 7, 8 different technical solo artists.
Yeah.
You can't be on the same page all the time. I just appreciate the times we do them, because that's my family no matter what. And it's always great to see all of them and rock with them. And, they're lifelong family to me. So, but as far as music goes, I mean, think about it. Like a guy like Kane doesn't even put out new music. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not that serious to us like that. It's just a moment in history, and we're glad people come out to see us perform. But we don't really put too much pressure on a situation like that.
Yeah. I think it's because I'm so young and I didn't grow up during the era. I would love to see you guys create something like that in this era.
I would love to see it too, but business will get in the way of that. And I'm not talking about the artists. I'm talking about labels,
Yeah.
rights, and all that. It's too much of a headache, man. You know?
Yeah. I
So
want to get into 8 Mile, the battle raps that you wrote, as well as Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Did you write Eminem's battle rap?
no,
No.
no,
Okay. Yeah, because I read
no.
that online and I didn't think you did.
No. I actually did not write his rhymes. And actually, some of the opponents' rhymes I wrote, they changed some of the lines. I didn't care. I got paid anyway. But I appreciate Eminem and Paul Rosenberg, and rest in peace to Curtis Hanson, the director. They reached out to me and we did it, and it kind of made my stock go up at the time, and I really appreciate that. And as far as Get Rich or Die Trying, same thing happened. Like I wrote the character Dangerous Rhymes, but they only used like 2 of my verses. But hey, it was a good check. It was a good opportunity. It was a good thing to put on my resume. And I appreciate 50 and Shy Money in them for like involving me in that as well. So, you know.
Who impresses you right now in the game as far as MCs? Because you don't hear that term anymore, MC.
There's a lot of great MCs, man. You know, the Griselda Camp is doing a thing. Elzai just dropped a great album. As far as female, shout out to Star. She's rocking hard right now. You know, I like the Kendricks and J. Cole's. I like guys that do things that are not the norm. And when I say that, like say J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, both of these guys are younger MCs, and they could have easily went the super trap route and rapped about what everyone else is rapping about, but
Yeah.
they decided to have a platform to speak on things that's important to them, and that's very respectful of me because it's much easier to stand out than to blend in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's much harder to stand out than to blend in, and you know, look, they resonate with people, and that's dope. I mean, there's many more, but I hate to go on those lists because then I start getting texts like, "Yo, you ain't mentioned me. You didn't mention me." So, you know what I'm saying? And shit, I stopped smoking weed like 3 months ago, so my brain is running a mile a minute now. So I gotta really like, I don't really do the list thing, but there's so many great new MCs, and the thing is that I'd rather big them up than to talk about what sucks. You know?
Yeah.
It's wasted energy, man.
Yeah, it is. At the same time, when I look at New York, it's just it angers me when I turn on the major hip hop stations and I hear someone from Atlanta playing on there. Now, back in the day, did you hear other, let's say like the West Coast? Because I know Chuck Chillout told me he used to play NWA on the radio in New York at the time.
Well, you got to understand something now. The radio stations are conglomerates. So it's not like Hot 97 or any of these stations or Power 105 is owned by a New York company. It's not work. It doesn't work that way anymore. They're owned by a conglomerate that will play what is the hit nationally. It doesn't. There's no more local radio.
Yeah.
There's no more. There's no more. You know, we have to let go of that old standard. Really, again, radio is radio, man. You be happy if you're on it, but if you're not, it's not the end of the world, man. You can still have a career, and that's what's important. You know, when you start focusing on things like that, like I said, it makes the music change, it makes the ideas change, it makes the whole intention change, and that's not a good thing.
How do you think you've grown as an artist since releasing your old projects like the Kingpin? How do you think you've grown since then, especially on this new project, the Fragile Ego?
Well, you know, with the Kingpin, I was 16, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I hate that album. I literally hate like my second album was called Now That's More Like It
Yeah.
because I hated the Kingpin. But I really feel like I didn't grow until I got into the independent game where I was able to be me. I never marketing company telling me what to do and what have you. And that's when I started growing. And that was probably like in the late 90s, you know. And from there, I think my growth stems from, again, not, you know, doing more so much complaining as far as just talking about real life things. And I think with the Fragile Ego, it proved what I was already thinking in my head. So like I said, you're going to get a lot more music from me where I'm talking about life issues and, you know, not trying to be preachy about it, but just talking about my own experiences and hoping that people can resonate with it or feel familiar with it. And, you know, we'll rock that way and see what happens. But to be honest with you, man, finishing school, finding a new career, I feel kind of free from even caring what people think anymore, because now for the first time in my life, I don't have to treat music like my life depended on it. And that's like the greatest freedom I could have ever found in my life.
And congrats on that. And I wish you the most success with that, because obviously you want to branch off and do what you personally felt like you wanted to do. You didn't want to be tied to rap, just rap.
No, I love it. I love hip hop. It's brought me many things. It's changed my life in many ways. I've traveled the world, but at times it feels like a prison, and I actually freed myself from it. And I'm just feeling happy about that, because now, like, I have a new start at something that is other than what I feel like I was stuck in. So,
You were a big battle rapper, as everyone knows, of course.
no, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
No, no.
Really? I read this online, Mike.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I just was involved in a couple of battles. That's
Okay.
it. That's it. See, the battle thing kind of pigeonholes you. You understand what I'm saying? I had people saying, "Oh, he's a dope freestyler, but he can't make great songs." But that was after I made Drop in Science or after I made these certain songs. So I don't like to consider myself a battle rapper, man. I just was involved in a couple of battles. That was
Yeah.
it. Like, seriously, I get more pleasure from writing a dope song than standing in front of somebody and rapping some, you know, nondescript bars. I have much more pride in crafting songs and stuff like that.
Because I was going
So
to get
nah,
to the point when yeah, because that's what I read online. I was going to get to the point because they always say that battle rappers can't make great songs. You look at Big L, who was an amazing battle rapper from what I've heard. He's made
but
some incredible.
he never battled anyone. See, this is what I'm saying about people pigeonholing you. He never battled anyone. You know any Big L battles?
No, you just hear about the competitions. I've heard that he's battled like 1,000 MCs or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, nah. You know, I've never prided myself on being one dimensional. And sure, I can freestyle great and all of that, but that's not it's not the same feeling as having an idea for a song in your head, recording it, and then sitting back and the song came out just like you thought it would be in your head. It's like incredible to me. All that random rhyming stuff is nice and it's cool, and having bars is cool, but I like music. I like music that touches my soul. I like in all genres. So to me, I've never wanted to be. That's why I didn't want to sound rude, but I had to stop you in your tracks because I don't want to be known as that, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be known as that. Not at all, man. Like, shout out to the dudes that do it now. Shout out to all of the leagues and all that. But look, I want to be known for great music. That's it. That's it. That's
A
it. I
big
don't want to have
feature,
no label on me.
I know, and a big feature that you want, I've heard, is Sade.
Oh, well, I'm just a big Sade fan, but you know, I mean, I could dream, can I? I
Yeah.
mean, I don't
I
I
think
don't
it can,
beat
I
my
think it
record.
could happen.
She don't she
Anything could come true though.
look, I mean, it won't stop me from being a fan, but the reason why it won't and what I respect about her is she doesn't do music unless she feels like doing music. That's why you don't get an album from her every year. You might get an album from her every 10 years because she does it when she feels like it. So that's like a great freedom. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'm not pressing the issue on it. I'm just a huge fan. That's all. That's all it is. You know.
Who's a rapper from your era that you feel as though that's still releasing music, if we can think of any, that you feel as though was just releasing it to release it by just listening to the music?
I wouldn't even speak on that. That's almost like dissing somebody. I wouldn't do that, man. That's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool. I just will say there's a lot of great artists from my era that are not ashamed of their age, not ashamed of their growth as a person, and they're still making music. And I listen to it. But to be honest with you, man, I don't listen to much hip hop in my spare time. It's like working at a fruit stand and then coming home and talking about apples all day. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's draining. I like 80s pop. My favorite my favorite station is the Tears for Fears station on Pandora. That's what plays in my house most of the time. And then to be honest with you, um, a lot of that music, alternative rock and certain songs like that,
Yeah.
it's very honest. You know, the problem with hip hop is everybody wants to be the coolest guy. No one wants to talk about their problems. There's a handful, but nobody really wants to talk about their issues. Everyone is winning. Nobody's losing. But that's not how life works, man. It's not how life works.
Yeah.
And I'm just about honesty at this point, man. You know, I've told lies. I've been lied to. And I just want honesty at this point. And accept it or don't accept it. That's just what it is, because I don't want to go to my grave with a bunch of regrets or stressing over things like that. I just want to put out honest, heartfelt music. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel as though, yeah, I'm not going to ask you to name any names, of course, but do you feel as though that the hip hop albums that we get today aren't honest? The lyrics aren't honest from the artists.
Some of them, even with some of the new artists.
Yeah.
Some of them, even with some of the new artists. There's a song I like now, man. I can't remember the guy's name, man. I know the guy Six Lack is on it, but it's a dope song. It's called How the Fuck something, but it's like I actually bought it on iTunes, and it's like a real honest song, and the beat is dope. It's not really trappy. There's some people that put their heart on their sleeve when they get in the booth, and that's what I like. That's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. It's for real. I mean, all of the rest of the cookie cutter trying to sound like everybody else and trying to sound the coolest doesn't impress me anymore. I've lived a long life already, you know what I mean, at my age, and I've seen the ups and downs, and no one is up all the time. No one. No one. And to speak about your downs actually, to me, shows more courage than anything. And that's just what I look for when I listen to music, again, of any genre. I just want to hear the truth. So,
And there you have it. And then everything in the future, of course, is going to be the truth from you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I don't want to not be myself. And even when I was rapping about rap, I was being myself. But again, it wasn't telling my story. It was just telling my opinion on something. I want to just tell my story, and that's it, man. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, you don't. And that's what it is, man. I'm not really starving for stardom or uh, uh, outlandish sales. I just want to touch people, and that's it. That's the main important thing to me now. I just want to touch people, man.
I think you're doing that.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Craig G, anything else you'd love to tell my audience here tonight?
I'm still a Met fan, but they suck. Still a Knick fan, but they suck.
I'm a Knick fan too.
Still a Jet fan, but they suck too.
I'm a Jet fan too. Oh, so we have something in common, all three of our
New
teams.
York sports is in the toilet, and hopefully we'll, see the sun one day. But other than that, man, check out all the new music. Stop asking me when I'm putting out something new, because I always do. And have respect for each other, love each other, communicate with each other, talk to each other. Most problems could be worked out with an adult conversation without blame, without pointing fingers, without resentment. Just clear your mind and look for a solution instead of a problem. That's all I want to say to anyone. And that's in life. That's just not in music, yo.
Mm-hmm. There you have it. Final words from Craig G. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and Twitter at MC_Craig_G.
Yes, and if you have no profile picture, no post, I block you.
You heard it from Craig G. Craig G, I want to thank you for coming on the show here tonight. You're always welcome.
Absolutely.
Love to have you back.
Absolutely. I got another project coming out soon. We'll set it up, man.
No doubt. I appreciate you, Craig G, and I want you to take care and stay safe.
I'm trying, my G. One love, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
Right.
Yep.